Good morning. So it is decision time. Spent the night down there in the mist at the side of a lake. Terrible weather. I mean, wind like you wouldn't believe, rain like you wouldn't believe. Decision time. Decision time, decision time. I can go left up there, which takes me to the summit, or I can go back down to the car. Decisions. It's a bit windy, so I'll speak up. The lights I just showed you in the distance, all the way over there, Fort William. I'm going on a wild camp. So the wild camp, I've got the Berghause with me, my 4-season mountain tent. Oh, blimey. I can actually feel the wind hitting the mic there. Yeah, I've got the Berghause with me, 4-season mountain tent. I have used it sort of in a field and in the woods and that, but I've not really used it on a mountain, so I've come to the biggest one I could find, really. Just put the lights on full for a minute because I've come across the bridge. It's a pretty good light, this one. Still climbing though, going up there next. That was cold, beginning to warm up a bit now though. I can get myself a cup of tea on the go. Not much good sleep, I'm full of water anyway. So the plan for the morning is just wake up when I wake up, finish the climb. Not sure whether I'm going to pack the tent and take that to the top with me, or leave it here and pick it up on the way down. I'll see how things are in the morning. But for now, I'm going to go to sleep because I'm knackered. So I'll say good night. Good night. See you in the morning. Weather's got nasty. It's 4:45. Not thinking of bailing yet, but because I've still got a couple of hours sleep, I hope. So it's what is it, 7:30 now? About. Hang on. Okay, it's 7:45. Here the weather's not good. Need to make a decision. I'm not looking forward to going out there. So yeah, this is the weather this morning. Halfway up Dartmoor. Going to get the tent packed away. This is where I normally do a little walk around and I leave no trace. But I think if I had left anything out, it would have blown away by now. That's where I spent the night, just there. It was different. It's my first really bad, well, the worst weather I've been out in. I've been out in cold, I've been out in snow, but blimey, the wind was strong. So the tent is brilliant. This ground is so soft. I was expecting all the tent pegs to come out. I've only lost one, and that was on the front guy line. I've had a look for it. I can't find it roughly where I stabbed it in, but I'm assuming the wind caught that and flung it away somewhere. Right, can't stand around here talking, it's getting cold, so heading that way. It is decision time. Go left up there, which takes me to the summit, or I can go back down to the car. car. Of course I'm heading back down, the weather's horrendous. The mountain doesn't want anyone on it today. So head back to the car, get a nice drink inside me. I mean this is shitty weather. There's snow at the top of this hill. So yeah. No, I'm heading back down. I'm experienced in camping and stuff like that, but I'm not experienced enough to trust myself going up into that cloud in this kind of weather, knowing what. So this is a fairly sheltered part of the mountain. Where I've just come from was quite exposed, and the winds I had sort of this morning, last night. Maybe in a year's time, because that's probably the next time I'm going to be up this way. But there's no point coming in a year's time. It'll be exactly the same as it is now, isn't it? You know, maybe in 8 months' time or whatever, I'll come back and I'll give it another go. Because I'll be honest with you, this wasn't that bad. Getting to this point last night was easy. It was a 40-minute climb to do 2.5 miles. Well, it was just under 3 because I dropped back down to the lake. So 40 minutes to get up here, which tells you a lot about the pass. They're in good condition. There's a lot of them that are like this, where you're walking rather than climbing. Gets a bit hairy. There's a couple of zigzaggy bits back there that mean you are, you know, going up steps, and that's what hurts your legs. This is runnable. I could have run up long sections of this last night quite easily. Not with all this on my back, obviously. So just behind me, there's like a T-junction. Go right to the summit, left to the lake, and then the lake's about a quarter of a mile away, I guess. So I went down to the lake last night, set the tent up. Massive winds, you probably saw. Put it away this morning, which is you know when you see those kite surfers and they catch one and they go up in the air and then they land on the waves and all the rest of it. I felt like that was going to happen this morning. The wind down in that little bit of a bowl was horrendous. It's not too bad here. If you was coming up here today, you will be fooled into thinking that once you get up onto the flat, it's going to be quite nice. In a way, I'm glad I experienced it down there, because I know what it's going to be like. So the path sort of goes round and then goes up back onto the top there. You can't see it, obviously. Zigzags up and then onto the plateau. It's going to be horrendous up there, and it's snowy, and I'm soaking wet, and I'm just not experienced enough. And I'm, you know, common sense. I'm not going to go up there and put myself in danger. I'm not going to put people in danger who may have to come and fetch me. Yeah. Which is what potentially could happen. Yeah. So yeah, heading back down. I hear a couple of hash browns calling from the local McDonald's. Definitely a hot cup of coffee. Still enjoyed it. It may not have been a summit, but it was definitely a decent wild camp, I can tell you that. Fantastic location. It was a completely different experience doing it in the dark. Honestly, it was amazing coming up here in the dark last night. Especially just as you sort of come into the clouds. I don't know whether the cloud level is going to be the same, but as I came into the clouds last night, it gets really eerie. I mean, you know what it's like if you're a driver, when you're driving in the fog and all you can really see is your lights reflecting back off you. Well, as I was walking up here, all I could really see was the patch of ground directly in front of me, and then white. It was amazing. Oh, that's what I could hear last night, and I can't see it properly. There's a waterfall. I can just see the start of it somewhere right up there, and then coming down. Ben Nevis. There's a little bridge from last night. Wonder if that massive sheep's going to be just round the corner again. Views over the mountains there. Yeah, I've not done Ben Nevis yet. I'm not pretending I have. I will do it. I can tell you that. That's too good an opportunity to miss out on. So this little bit of the walk, this first half, actually was pretty easy. But by comparison, you know, I think I understand why people say Scarfell was the harder one. The people I was talking to, they said they hate Scarfell. The problem is, if you look at this path here, there's some nice sections that are just like path. Scarfell, pretty much from top to bottom, you're doing steps like that. So step, 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 and there's no real sections of path. quite strange but exhilarating to realise I came up this in the dark last night. As I say, it's a completely different perspective when all you've got is a circle of light a couple of metres around you and everything else is pitch black. Thoroughly recommend it. Everybody should do it. If you're into hiking or anything like that, go and do a night one. Gives you a whole new view of the world. Back where I started last night. Car's behind me. Ben Nevis is behind me. I will be back. I will be back, and I will be back next year when the weather's more suitable. I won't be doing a wild camp, so I won't be taking all this with me. It'll just be lightweight, up and down in a day. Definitely going to happen. Does anyone want to come with me?